Was geht up, alien savages, and welcome to another episode. Today, I have a guest, Imara, and we have a really.
Wait.
You can keep it also in your mouth. Yeah, Ricola is here. We'll just sink in the sheet. You don't know Ricola?
No.
Ricola. It's like good quality. It's
Good
from
quality. It was
Switzerland.
nice. It's helping my throat.
Yeah, because we have like a really strong spiritual connection. So we were just trying to record the podcast. But what happened?
What happened? I felt like a lot of energy start moving in each of us.
Yeah, hold a little closer.
One little closer, okay. I'm new in this. A lot of energy start moving inside of my body, and I guess inside of yours too, and in our energy field shared. So we needed to like connect first and had a conversation that actually moved the energy. I could not stop yawning, a little bit of cough, like there was definitely something happening. Okay. And I actually want to, before we start,
We're already starting, but yeah.
yeah, like if we could just connect to our hearts,
Okay.
like put this intention of being like pure channel of whatever needs to come through us, connected to our hearts, like allow this magic and this energy to come through us, through our voices, through this interaction, so we can deliver the message that really needs to be delivered for the people that are here
Ooh,
listening.
I like that. Okay, then wait, I want to be even more comfortable. Then I'm gonna look today more at you. Then it's more the heart. Because when I look at the camera, I get like really into spirit.
Yeah.
I just checked that this looks good too. So yeah, this is really real. It's getting dark. It's 6 p.m. here in Kopangan. Reporting live. Okay. So.
So just let's take a couple of breaths together. Really tune into our bodies now and calling in the energy that wants to come through us, protected, connected to the loved one, only the loved one, to come through our hearts and through our voices, to be able to deliver a message, whatever. We have no plan of this conversation, so to be vessels of this love and this message that we want to transmit. To come back into this softness, presence of spirit.
Oh wow. Yeah. This is
Feels better, no?
Yeah.
Like landing a little bit slowly,
wow.
more feminine.
What have I done all my life without you? I was so in my head.
Well, we are all a little bit in our heads, yeah.
I feel like you embody the spirit of ayahuasca really well in
Wow.
yourself.
It's not the first time I hear this.
Yeah?
Yeah. And it's an honor to hear that. And a big mission as well.
Yeah. Like I have so much respect for ayahuasca. I'm like, how is she dealing with all that all at once? Like we access, well, speaking for myself, I access my multidimensionalness a lot, but holding it, that's why I get it at a point we're not physical anymore. Because it's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel this is like something that, well, we were talking a little bit about before. It's like I was going to say challenge, but like the invitation we have in this timeline to actually work in our human bodies to be able to hold all of these multidimensional frequencies and all this information. And this is when it gets a little bit tricky. And it's been part of your journey and my journey as well, right? Like this dissociation, because the body is still not ready, or we haven't learned how to actually breathe into all of this information of the Akashic, let's say.
Yeah.
in our bodies. Like this is part of our journey.
Yeah. Or what we're like doing is like cutting edge. It's like no one has done it before in this timeline at least. And is we like, everything is changing, so we're redefining of what it means to be human. Like I think we were on similar journeys that we both wanted to like awaken so badly and be somewhere else. And like speaking for myself, there was also like my ego to like be special, and I know there's this like alien inside of me, so I wanted to like look different. And now I'm like, no, I love my human body and I want to bring it down to earth in this human vessel. But also what it means to be a human is changing. And there's like, I love when Bashar talks about it, that like we have no idea what it means and will mean to be a human. And now we're like crowning these high energies in a human body that is changing. Like we're activating so much of our DNA that is not activated. And it's like what we were like, we came together and we couldn't start a podcast because you kept yawning. And I needed to do burpees because there was so much energy. Like before you came, I needed to like do so much burpees because I'm like, shit, this energy.
Yeah.
And hold on.
It's a lot. It's beautiful also. And I also believe like it's not only that we are learning how to be a new human, I also feel like we are in a moment, there's a doggy, in a moment where we are actually bridging, like being a bridge for these new frequencies, but reclaiming ancient ways that had been forgotten, repressed, suppressed for thousands of years of humanity. Because as humans, we used to live very different than we are now. Like we used to live in harmony. We used to know or the potential of our human bodies or the potential of connection to the whole, back in Lemuria, for example.
Oh, yeah.
So we are actually not only like learning how to be a human now as a new way, we are bringing back ancient wisdom.
Yeah.
And it's like in our DNA, we hold traumas and everything, but we also hold the codes of how it was before when we were living in harmony as a species with the whole universe, inside of this planet with all the beings and with other planets and with all the other dimensions. We knew already.
Yeah.
We just forgotten. We were born up in a system that actually convinced us that we are not what we are.
Yeah.
And this is the journey, is to remember and to activate these codes. And it's quite beautiful and also challenging and a journey. And each one of us is doing it in such a different way. And this is the beauty, like your journey is so different to mine, but at the same time, it's similar. Like you are bringing medicine to me and I'm bringing medicine to you. And this is the beauty.
Well said. Yeah, exactly. What we're doing is not new, but also in this timeline, it's not seen. Like we hear stories and everything, and but now we're like actually like, let's bring this shit down in the flesh. Let's be the first ones. Yeah. How excited! Like we're talking earlier that it's so ghetto style, so street style that like we wish we would have more guidance in the flesh, but then also it's fucking exciting to be like the pioneers. Yes. So, I mean, saying that now from a pretty grounded point of view, but when we're like uncrowned, it's tough as fuck.
Yes.
Like you told me some stories. I don't know if you wanna like share again or whatever, but this.
Maybe some.
Yeah.
But I wanted to like recall something that we talked the other day and that you say now, that in our journeys, like we wanted so much to awaken. Like my awakening journey started because I really wanted to heal some pains of this human life, right? Like traumas and stories of abuse and depression. And for some reason I thought, if I awaken, I will be healed. I just want to awaken. I don't know. We have this association that at the end is true. But I thought like if my third eye opened and I could
Mhm.
see everything and I could like connect with the other dimension, I would be healed.
Everything is perfect.
Yes, like
I need to not integrate all parts. I just shift.
yes,
Wow.
I just go somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. Like I had a really intense awakening. In a second, everything opened and I could download the whole Akashic, but it was really intense and it has taken me a lot of years to integrate all of that. And what I was sharing with you the other day, it is like what I'm really grateful of my connection with multi-dimensions and the other planets and all the energies and all the work I can do with the Kundalini and everything. But what I realize is the more important for me, and I feel for all, is to learn how to be the best human we can.
Yo.
Yes, learn how to be here.
Hello. My name is
Here.
Ferdi. Nice to meet you.
And this requires being the heart. This is the most important because the heart is the bridge from the earth and the skies, let's say, in our human bodies. Like only being here present is where we're able to alchemize everything because we are dealing with traumas that are not only from our lives. Ancestors, collective, past lives, there's many things happening. And to become a better human, we need to go through all of that for sure. And it's part of the awakening. I believe the healing journey and the awakening journey are hand in hand. And this is where it gets tough, right? But to be able to be in the heart and realize, actually, I'm in this timeline and I want to be here. I want to serve here. I incarnated to be here, not flying somewhere else.
Yeah, this is sometimes tough for my inner kid, like my alien boy that just wants to like fun and expand and do all sees the exciting thing to come, like all, let's say, alien stuff, and wants to like, but then, there's like a lot of healing that needs to take place to get there if I want to stay here. So I know that I'm committed to this timeline and my body. I made my peace with that and now actually starting to see the beauty in ceremonies. Like, oh wow, there's such a beauty, so much joy in, like, I have this image in my head of like my close friends and my family that eventually come to like a ayahuasca ceremony or whatever kind of ceremony, and we're healing together. And we're like playing music, and we're hugging, and it's like, yeah, it's part of it, and it sucks a lot, but there's also so much beauty in it. And then on the other side, what is waiting is our fully integrated selves.
Yes.
Because otherwise, I'm just a fraction of me.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
So yeah, sit back. It's gonna suck for a while, but it gets better, I heard.
And it's also like, we are here to experience polarity. This is also part of like the tantric teachings, we are here to experience the polarities, the light and the dark, the pain and the joy, the darkness and the love, everything. We are in this earth because we need to experience all of it. And you can see nature blossoms in flowers and in ocean and trees and beautiful rivers, but she also rots and she also kills and she also has blood and pain. We are all of that. And the beauty of this journey is not to get attached to any of that. Like maybe, I don't know what you're saying, like you really wanted to be in the joy. I was so dedicated to my healing journey that I went too far in that. Too many ceremonies, too much healing work. And it's like, no, we need to be both, have a balance, because also the healing journey doesn't have to be so painful. It is.
Yeah. It also becomes an addiction.
Yes, it's part of the trauma.
Yeah, so I feel like some people need to heal from healing.
Yes, 100%. And I've been there. I've been there.
Yeah.
Like, it's a trauma response because you feel you're not complete, so you need to keep healing all the time. So finding this balance, because we're also here to experience joy, pleasure, and fun. All of it. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
and like we're kids and coming
Let's
back.
play.
Yes, coming back
Spikeball.
to be a kid.
Play parties. Yay!
There's
Yeah.
one this Friday.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, tell me later more.
So part of being also here is to be able to do this journey, take it seriously because we are on it, but also not take it too serious.
Yeah.
And be able to be the observer and say like, wow, this is wild, and laugh about it and see it as a game as well. It's like this constant dance. You're fully in the emotion, fully in the journey of healing. And then you can see it's like, oh, thank you, human. Like, we are doing great and we can laugh about it, you know, and have fun and play and eat chocolate, you know, and just like hug each other. So it's like,
Well said, yeah. Yeah, I notice myself staying more and more in neutrality. That, like, inner walk right now helps me a lot with that I'm more the observer. So, but I also don't want to hide there. So I actually want to feel the things. But it's nice to not, get lost in either La La Land, Peter Pan forever, or like in the healing and suffering. So it's important to always see the bigger picture. But then my challenge was like not to disassociate.
yes.
So now it's like this. I like staying in balance, but then going like in it, but then always finding my way out.
Yes, it's
So,
very
yeah.
important. And I feel like each one of us has different ways, like, and it's very interesting, like my observations of the teachings of Buddhism or more of the yogic tradition, that you are the observer, right? And the emotions pass and come and go. This can also be a very fine line of disassociation. And my journey has been, like, I started my journey very yogic and very in these traditions of Vipassana and all of that. But naturally, like, my path got more revealed, and I would consider that I'm more into a feminine path. We can say that it's fully being in the body, in the flesh, in the Shakti, which lives and experiences her emotions completely. But I don't believe this is for all of us. Like, and especially there is a gender thing, you know, like women are more easily accessing to these deep emotions and deep pleasure. And this is the Shakti, right? Who moves around all of these worlds of the oceans we have inside. And men have more the ability to be more the observer and navigate spirituality more like this. For me, my path, I feel each one of us incarnated in different paths. And maybe we shift also in this lifetime. But for me, it's like allowing myself to feel fully all of that. They're actually portals for me for the divine. And even though I can be the observer in a higher perspective, when I'm there, I'm fully feeling it. And there's a lot of medicine in that. And this is maybe why I say like the ayahuasca things, you know, because it's fully being there.
And it's so beautiful. And also for me, I got, after ayahuasca, the last 2 weeks, a little lost in my emotions, that it's only nice to a certain point. And exactly what you said, I feel like the divine masculine and feminine is that the feminine can go full on crazy in their emotions, like lose it. And the masculine can stay in a solid point of neutrality to like hold her, so she can melt into him. And the beauty in me is, or in the masculine, is that we can observe the woman doing, because it's also so nice to witness her in doing that. And of course, it's so nice as men to allow us to like feel all our emotions, of course. But for me, it isn't fun the last weeks to actually get to a point where I lose myself in it. It is just like, this doesn't feel like me. I feel like, okay, then I'm a woman. And I love being a woman, but I'm not. I'm just not in this timeline. So I actually feel more comfort with a more stable mood, and then having space to host women and witness them and learn how, like the other day when you were in the water crying. Like, this was so beautiful for me. I was so happy that I could host you.
It was really beautiful for me also. Yes. But I want to like disagree a little bit with you. I believe if it happened to you, like you had the call to do ayahuasca and it opened, you said it opened your heart and your emotions. Yeah, it's because actually you need that. Like there's a gender thing, but you know we all have like an inner masculine and an inner feminine. And for me, like my challenge or the invitation now it's to develop a stronger inner masculine, you know, that can hold me. Because I can like, it's very beautiful to have like men in my life that the universe sent me and can hold space for me.
But
I'm
you don't
so
want to
grateful.
depend.
But I feel like this inner union and to mature both part of myself inside is like one of the biggest things I can do in this lifetime. Like to mature my inner masculine, like my inner feminine is very strong and she's super there. My masculine is still, you know, is still there. So when I'm able to do this inner union, this is Tantra. Sorry. Yeah. So for you, it's the opposite. It's like, of course, it's uncomfortable to feel the emotions. Like it's new.
It
Like
sucks.
it's new, and this is something so incredible that is happening right now in humanity because we are not only awakening to the other dimensions, we are actually awakening to our own emotions. Like humanity, because the feminine itself as an energy has been repressed for thousands of years. Emotions have been repressed for thousands of years. Like we've learned to repress our emotions. We learn to not go into these spaces, to not accept all that darkness, which is not a darkness, it's part of who we are. We've learned to just stay happy, but it's also like a happiness that is like here only. Like we know that there's so much more joy that can be experienced, like the spectrum.
Oh my God.
The more you do like the inner work, like the shadow work, the more you experience like unbelievable bliss and love. So the spectrum of emotions of humanity has been repressed. Like humans, we became like robots, you know, like so allowing ourselves like these medicines are allowing you to feel, and that's beautiful, and we need that.
I fully agree with what you're saying. Two things I want to say to that. The first thing, like, yes, now that I share my emotions on my podcast, it's like new to me. I can see and mostly I can feel my family, that I open now the emotional box of my whole family, and they're like, now it's open because I start to process it. So they have kind of like, because they're watching, they cannot handle like help themselves because they also don't want to be a robot, like feel it. So, and what you said about masculine, feminine, I fully agree. Like we have it both inside of us. And also, I feel like I got a little too far in a sense of, like I love to study like Pleiadians and stuff who are already like so on a vibration where I would love eventually to get. But then now I see the beauty in, again, humans. Like that's why I'm watching Game of Thrones, like studying this like king, queen dynamics. And I was like, why do we need king and queen and having a council? And I was like, because it's fun on the way. Because I don't want to be full Pleiadian tomorrow. I want to like, being a king is great. What does it mean? And then like, speaking about the archetypes, what is a healthy masculine embody? So yes, I want to have my divine feminine masculine balance in myself, feeling all my emotions, hosting myself for me, but I want to create more than myself. So how do I show up as a healthy masculine in the timeline for other women? If they're losing it, I cannot lose it too. If they're triggered, let's take a deep breath. So these things. But then when I'm alone, like, I fucking cry. And not just alone, but like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think,
But you know what is beautiful? And that just came now when you were talking. If you don't know how to feel your emotions, okay, now I'm gonna phrase it different. The more you feel your emotions and you feel your feminine, the more you will be able to develop even a stronger masculine, because you're gonna develop for yourself and you're able to see it outside as well. Like, no one can hold space if they haven't gone through it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, the deeper I've gone into my journey, which has been very deep, the more I can hold space for others.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot serve something or someone that I haven't gone through.
Yeah. I'm
And
so sorry for Brittany that for a long time I didn't get that at all. And then she was alone in it because I didn't come there with her. I couldn't sympathize, empathize. So I'm really sorry that I like left her alone in it because I didn't know. And now, like you felt it yesterday, I felt your pain because now I feel this too. Oh, I know this place and I come there with you and we sit there. Yeah. And at least we're together now there.
Yeah. And you could only hold me probably because you have gone through this process the last weeks where you actually felt pain.
Yeah.
I don't know your story in that, but
yeah.
someone that has not felt pain in their life cannot understand when someone is in pain, you know? And yeah, like, okay, maybe we don't go into your relationship, but you mentioned Brittany, like maybe your relationship with her actually helped you access to all of this.
She taught me so much. I'm so eternally grateful for her. Like, she allowed me to be such a good man.
That's so beautiful.
It's, oh my God. I'm forever grateful and will always show up for her in this timeline, even though sometimes I'm so triggered at her. Like, she can trigger me like nothing else. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Like, there's still, I need a lot of like, that needs to come out. That's why also inner walk is good. So I can like let all that out in a safe way. But then I always come back to loving her and being so grateful that, wow, I couldn't have learned it in a better and shorter way. Like before I came in her life, like just 1.5 years ago, I was a alien robot. I was such a Bashar boy. I was not here. Follow your excitement. Whoa, I explained you the universe. Why don't you get it? Well, emotions come from your beliefs. Just change your belief. I puke now. Like,
this is very important.
It got so lonely. And now, like, yeah.
Wow, I feel you're touching a very important point because not only because it gets lonely, but I'm not saying these teachings are not right. I totally believe
they are right. It's just like we have to honor that we're humans. Yes. We have to honor where we're at in the timeline.
And we have to, because like only going to the belief system, it's actually bypassing so many other aspects of being human, like the emotions. It's like a masculine approach, like, oh, we have a program in our brain, which is true. We just address the belief and we change it. There's so much more than that. There's like emotions and traumas and energy and like ancestral baggage and like karma and like so much that if we only, like, this is why also I feel spirituality is shifting like so much right now. There are teachings that are obsolete. There doesn't fit anymore. We need to, this is where the feminine comes inside. We need to acknowledge all of this other part of humanity that is being like denied for thousands of years and where all the magic is as well.
Full integration, baby. Yeah, exactly. According to Bashar, there's another race called the Greys, and they literally went this path where they got the emotions out of the system because they were like, oh, we don't need them anymore. And they went down such a dark path. So according to him, they are in one timeline our future selves. Like, and now they're helping us, and all they want is getting their emotions back. Wow. All they want is getting their emotions back. Wow. All they want is like they have it all. Like they're so in a high vibration, whatever, made it so far, but they're just a hive mentality without feelings, and they hate it. I mean, they cannot hate it because they cannot feel it. So, and like timeline split, and like some are going down the same path again. But like now I'm like, oh no, I wanna honor I'm a human. I wanna become fully integrated, and I actually love those parts now. Like the emotions, it's where that. Like what is fun? Like now that I have access to that and everything. Yeah, I don't want to make more money, and like all these things are great. But what actually is like, hey, how are you feeling? Hey, how are my loved ones? Oh, of course I have time. Like, yeah, I help you. Oh, yeah, I feel you. This is the rest. Like the rest is shit. The rest doesn't matter.
This makes me almost want to cry because like we've lost the connection to the heart as humanity. And I feel the world is as it is because of this. And we are love.
Mm-hmm.
Like we cannot experience love if we're not emotional, or if we don't access what you're saying, right? And it really makes me want to cry because there's nothing more beautiful than being a human and love fully.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the more I go further in this journey, the more I love. And the more I love, the more I expand. And it's like, that's all that it is. It's like almost I had to go through these roads of other planets and multi-dimensions and whatever to just come back again here and say, like, actually, the only thing that matters is love.
Mm-hmm.
It's love. And
Love.
and I feel we have I'm very passionate about this, and we have such a mission in this, in coming back to the heart. And I channeled, like, many times this information has arrived where humans, thousands of years ago, we were super connected to the heart, and our heart was connected to the heart of Gaia.
Mm.
We were love. We are love. This is our essence. And in many moments, there's been like another civilization that came, and in different ways they stole this, they break this connection, they kind of like break this heart, saying it in a way. It's been different moments in different forms. Like we were tricked because we trusted, we lived in harmony, we didn't believe someone will come to trick us and steal something from us. And they literally took part of this connection from the heart. And this destroyed the whole balance. And there's still like under the earth, there's still like portals and channels where there's people doing this great work of recovering these codes.
Mm-hmm.
And putting back together these crystals and all of this that is connected to the heart of the earth. And this is a lot about Egypt and the Mayans and all these pyramids and civilizations. And it's a whole thing that I received this information. And I think you also know about it. But it's all about restoring the heart of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Restoring the love. Wow.
Yeah. Let's reclaim our heart and let's unite.
Yes.
And yeah, I love that.
Yeah. And ayahuasca
Yes.
will take you to the journey
Yeah.
to come back to the heart, for sure.
Yeah, you have no choice. I had no choice. I tried everything to not feel the breakup and this, but then everything sucks. And then it's, yeah, so beautiful, so beautiful.
Yes. And we cannot feel the love if we don't feel the pain.
Yeah.
That's the truth. And we are relearning to be comfortable to feel all the emotions, to really hold space for ourselves and hold space for these emotions. And that's so beautiful. This is where somatic work comes also, you know, like to learn to develop a nervous system and a body that can actually feel. Because we've been trained that since we are young, it's like, don't laugh too hard. Don't express so much. Oh, you're getting angry. That's not a good boy. Like, wow. Like when we are babies, we are pure emotions and pure movement and pure expression. This is our natural state. And we're pure love. And then they train us to behave and fit in a box. And all of this is like a learning in our system that is like, oh, I cannot feel this. And the spectrum of feeling becomes so small. And then we are robot adults. And we're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
We're relearning to express ourselves, to become free in these human bodies and in all of the emotions.
Wow. Where's that? Yeah. This is my journey right now. That my heart is like gets like everything on a teaspoon, and now I'm like expanding my heart, so it's that I can feel more all the things. But it is tough because I know that there are many things I haven't felt yet that are like still wanna be processed. So the last days, I'm happy the last 2 days were quite positive to like get a break from all this crying and stuff. But I still know the things like about my family, still about Brittany and other friends. These are like the main three that want to be processed. It's just important to like I'm just learning that. So an important one that I learned is it gets better. Because like 3 days ago was really dark, and I never had it like this. And this is where I was like sinking in my emotions. And then the next morning, it's just like, and I'm like, if you get it out of your system,
Exactly.
oh wow. And now I see it like a workout. Like, okay,
I'm gonna go there.
yeah, I'm gonna get through this, and tomorrow I'm stronger, or like more gentle, more soft, like same. So for all my men out there, it would get really dark. It sucks, but it gets better.
Yeah, and how beautiful it is that you can allow yourself as a man to feel, because I know man has been the most damaged in all of this. Men were not allowed to feel. And emotions are energy, and they are inside of our bodies. And if we don't feel them, they get stuck and they create disease. And they just really need to be seen. I see them sometimes as a child that is inside of me and just wants mama to see them and feel them. And it's like, okay, baby, what do you want to tell me? And when this emotion has space, and I cry, and sometimes it's like, wow, how can this be so painful? And it's like really uncomfortable, but I'm there and I allow her to come and to be expressed and to hold space for her. And then this energy transforms usually in a lot of wisdom and a lot of treasures. This is very beautiful. It's not only releasing, it's like doing such an alchemy and a beautiful process of being there for it, for her, for whatever it is. And there's always a treasure in each emotion. Yeah. And I know it's like, it's a lot sometimes if you feel like there's things that are like, hey, Ferdy, I want to be processed. And it's like there's a waiting line of all these emotions. And yeah, maybe it will be hard, but it's so fucking worth it. I promise you. You're doing great. And I told you the other day, like, everything that you're allowing yourself to feel, you're healing not only for you, you're healing for all your ancestry and all your lineage back and all your lineage forward. And actually, you're doing it for the collective as well.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Inner walk is helping me right now a lot with that. Like, there's also, I don't even want to say it, but I say it. It's like there's also with Brittany, there's so much also hate that I now allow myself to feel, and it's just like I love her. I don't, but like it's important to allow me to, because often I want to bypass that but I love her, and but there are things that hurt me.
Yes.
And and now I give to like, I know, it feels so good. Yeah. Oh my God.
Embracing anger, like sacred rage. Rage is sacred.
Yeah.
Of course, we don't have to go and hit people or like use this anger, but
like in safe ways.
Yes.
Yeah. I was
Such
on the scooter way back from Inner Walk to getting some food, and I was like, I think I need to start picking up martial arts again, like also like a physical outlet.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see. But yeah.
And you know what? Like, again, we're fractals. Like, everything we do, we are not doing it only for ourselves. We are a fractal of a whole. We are part of a gestalt. We are one part of a constellation. By being a man that it's coming back to the heart and allowing his feelings, you're actually changing a whole way for many other men. Like, I don't know if you understand what I mean.
I understand
You're
totally
like
what you're saying.
one fractal,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you're doing like a ripple effect. Like
yeah. We're all connected.
maybe you're the first man in your family that is allowing himself to feel. That's big. You know, that's big. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
And you said emotions are weak? Well.
Well, we're super dark.
Yeah. This was amazing. Wow.
Thank you.
I love our polarities. Like we come like from such different sides, but it's like it all leads the same way. So I love how connected you are to your heart and your body. Like you really embody that. So I love that.
Thank you.
This is, it was really beautiful the other day at the beach where like this was the first time I feel like we really dropped in and saw each other.
Yes.
And it blew me away. I was like, wow. Imara is like amazing. She like fully gets it. She's like another one that actually sees and can hold me, and I can do the same for you. So I want to be that for you. So if you're traveling back to Europe or wherever and it's getting rough, always like don't hesitate to contact me.
Thank you.
Because I see you.
Thank you. I
see you.
Too. I see you too. And I really feel like there was a shift after your, like we didn't know each other much. Maybe we talked one time before, but it was before your ceremony and after. And just the fact that you're connected to your heart allow us to meet in this level also.
Yeah.
Before we were more connected into the spiritual aspects, you know, we're both like really connected in this sense. But now that you are also connected to your heart, we can connect in this level too. And that's so beautiful. Thank you. And thank you for inviting me to your podcast.
Yeah. Welcome to the late night show. It's already dark. Well, we wanted to do it earlier, but we got so activated that we, live.
Yeah.
So check out Imara. I'll link your Instagram. That's like where people can find you, right?
Yes.
I'll link her down below. Check her out.
I'm only starting to post things more now, but yeah.
I encourage you still to like upload on YouTube maybe and just take your phone and like share your wisdom. Like you're channeling such nice nuggets from source in an embodied way because you're actually in the flesh. And this is what I like. It's like I still love listening to Bashar, but I cannot listen so much to aliens anymore that are not embodied, that are literally like semi-physical, because they're not embodied. So this is where I got. I like listened the last over 10 years to Bashar like hardcore, and like it's amazing and it's like the universal message, but Bashar is not embodied. Like Daryl Anker, the channel, he's embodied. He's grounded, but he's channeling a Sasani. And you are like, you will get such huge downloads and you're in the flesh. So, sure.
Thank you. Yes, it's my new invitation for myself now to start sharing more. Like I've been into such a long journey and it's time. I have a lot to share. So, yes.
And also, it's some people are like, but how many people, whatever. Like
I don't care.
Exactly. Like I do my podcast every day, mostly for myself.
Yes.
Because I'm like witnessing myself, and often like we got on a level where we don't have so many reflections of who we are.
Yeah.
So I need to see that.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at myself, and then I'm actually like realizing a lot, like, oh wow, and actually like. Yeah, loving myself, because when you get a lot of hate and the world, it can suck. It can drag you down, and you forget your beauty. We need to see it in our face.
Well, I told you, I think you're very strong to be sharing all of what you share and receive all these comments and still stay. Like, I feel this is the main fear of people, including myself, of sharing, to receive this hate. But this is actually the work, right? Like, to be able to receive it and see with compassion where it comes from and stay so centered in yourself. This is beautiful. So thank you for that inspiration, Freddie.
Yeah. Okay. That's it. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.